A former Valley priest accused of molesting multiple children is due in court tomorrow morning.
The only problem? The priest likely won't have to show up. Team 12's Bianca Bono is live in downtown Phoenix to show us why. Bianca?
Well, Mark Caribe, according to Father John Spaulding's lawyer, Spaulding is too sick to show up here at Superior Court. As you can imagine, his alleged victims and their families are furious. Just a few weeks ago,
it is an absolutely unspeakable act.
A passionate Maricopa County attorney, Alistair Adele, announcing former Valley priest Father John Jack Spaulding's indictment, accusing him of sexually abusing at least 2 boys under the age of 15 between 2003 and 2007.
We were so happy to hear that there was a grand jury indictment.
Long overdue, according to Mary O'Day of the Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, because the allegations against him date back to the 70s.
The church protects them, the bishop protects them, while the children they abused, being sexually abused is a life sentence.
O'Day, along with victims and their families, planning on showing up to Superior Court Friday morning when Spaulding was set to go before a judge for the first time. But now, Spaulding likely won't have to face his accusers.
It's important for victims to actually see justice happen.
A motion Spaulding's attorney, Greg Meal, filed shows just a few days before Spaulding's indictment, a doctor diagnosed the 74-year-old with a terminal illness, and he's too sick to show up to court.
He should stand before a judge. If he has to come in a wheelchair, fine.
Alleged victims and their families say this is the breaking point because documents show Spaulding wasn't actually served with his own indictment. His lawyer was. And he never had to get a mugshot taken.
They just want to see justice. They want to know he went through a fair process like everybody else has to go through.
And Spaulding's lawyer tells me he wants to present his case in court before discussing it with us. As for the diocese, a spokesperson there saying they hope Spaulding shows up for his arraignment here tomorrow morning. We'll, of course, be there. For now, we're live in Phoenix. Bianca Bono, 12 News at 10.